Day 27 on the trail just outside Lion's Head, and we are with the Dalewood Public School, West Hamilton by McMaster, and we're really sorry we couldn't get a better connection to you guys, but we decided we would just get this video and see if we could not upload it to YouTube. Have enough of a signal to be able to do that. Now, I know you guys had some questions you wanted to ask, so what we're going to do is just guess at what some of those questions might have been. And based upon questions that have been asked to us before by some of the other classrooms, we'll try to answer some in that fashion. And so, one of the questions that we get asked, for example, is what's the kind of stuff that we put in our backpack every day? And so for that answer, I'm going to ask Teemu. Teemu, what kind of stuff do you put in your backpack every day?
Well, today I have water in my backpack for about 3 liters because it's a long day and you definitely need to drink during the day. Then I got some snacks there. I got Cliff bars and energy bars and things like that to eat. And you do need to eat during the day because that's the way to keep your energy level up, and that's how you continue.
Now, the start of the day, what did you eat this morning?
I think I have a few pieces of toast with peanut butter and honey on top.
Okay, and that gives you a lot of energy to get a good start.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Mark, let me ask you a question, okay?
Sure.
Why do you have trekking poles, and what benefit do you think they give to you when you're using them on the trail?
Well, when we're on the trail, the trekking poles are very important. And it's important the way you put your hands into them for the strapping, like that. So you can plant it in the ground as we're walking to feel and to help as you're walking on slippery stones, because you can slip on moss, and if you go down, you can plant your pole. And it also brings your upper body into the motion of walking. And using your upper body saves a lot of energy while we're walking, especially when we're walking 7 to 8 hours a day.
How many times a day would you say that those poles have helped you from slipping and falling on the ground?
At least 10 times a day, at least.
Peter, let me ask you a question now. You're wearing a GoPro right now, okay? What kind of vistas are you getting with that GoPro here on the cliffs? And we're in an area here right now called White Bluffs. And what do you do? How do you have to hike in order to make sure you get the images perfect?
Well, the first thing I have to do is I have to stay very stable. You'll probably notice that it's on the top of my head, and I engage it by pushing a button, and then it starts filming. And then I get as close as I can, but by being very safe, and then I turn my head very slowly. Typically, because you guys hike so quickly, you take off on me, and then I have to catch up and film you from behind, and I have to be very smooth and deliberate where I put every footstep. Because if you look at the videos, you will see that right now it's a bit of an exception. It's normally very, very slippery on the rocks, and there's a lot of moss. So we really appreciate the fact that you tried this morning. Mark and I, 2 years ago, came to visit your class, and we thought it was outstanding. So what I'll try and do tonight is I'll try and take some of these video clips from today's hike, and I'll make a mini little video for you as well. Okay, now what I'm going to try to do is, if you guys three get ahead of me, and try to hike at a normal pace, okay, which is pretty quick. You know, 5:75 or 6 kilometers an hour, and this gives you an idea of how quickly these guys move amongst these rocks, okay? When we talk in terms of yesterday, how every step was like a snowflake, no two alike, today, in this stretch at least, we've almost got like a little super highway, and we can move at what a hiker's pace of 6K per hour would be deemed very quickly. So when we can get 1 kilometer in 10 minutes, that's a really fast hike, because next to that, you're basically doing a brisk jog. And when you get into areas where the rocks are substantially large, you know, you're talking more in terms of anywhere from 15 to 19 minutes per kilometer. And it slows you down dramatically. So I'm actually in a bit of a jog here, catching these guys. The efficiency with which you use your feet to get over this rock work here is critical. You get rocks, and you can't really see the depth from a perceptive perspective because it is not the same. You're walking over these, trying not to hit them with your feet, and see the obstacles those guys are getting around. And this is how you get 40 kilometers in one day. But it's this pace of hiking, eating while you're on the run, drinking while you're moving along on the hike, that gets you through 8 hours. Hardly ever stopping. Doing something with you guys is something that slows us down, but then we try to make it up. So here we are.
This is our Bruce Trail team for kids.
How about if we give them a pole high five?
Okay, here's a ski pole high five for Dalewood Public School. Way to go, guys.
All right.
Sorry we missed you, but I hope you get this one. Cheers.